astrology, and other divinatory arts are not a replacement or substitute for physical or psychiatric health care. If this is an emergency situation or you are in crisis, please do not defer your wellness to readings or horoscopes. Seek situation-appropriate, qualified assistance instead. Blessings and welcome everyone, Nico here, and we're back with another weekly general all signs forecast for what is going on universally with each of us, on top of what I covered in the weekly tarot forecasts for each individual sign, which are up, by the way, if you are a YouTube member supporter or a Patreon supporter. If you would like to sign up for either of those, you can follow the links in the down bar below. I did just find out that the YouTube member supporter option apparently the links don't work on mobile yet. That is on YouTube's end of things, and so YouTube has not made that available for sign up on mobile, so you are going to need to use a desktop or a notebook or laptop of some kind to get that going if you want that option. Or you can use Patreon. Patreon, of course, also comes with discount opportunities and things like that. So whichever you prefer is available to you. Don't forget that I've also got another channel that I've recently started. It's called Integrative Mysticism, and that is now the platform where I and Rob are going to be working on all things mystical, magical, supernatural, and paranormal when it comes to the spiritual path. I've already got a couple videos up there, one on hauntings, as well as the new installments of the Integrative Mysticism podcast are going to be showing up there. I'm going to be migrating the Integrative Mysticism podcast to that channel. So if you do enjoy that podcast, just keep in mind that it's no longer going to be uploaded here on Son of Selene. And I am starting the process of migrating a lot of my deeper content over there. So be ready, and you can follow the links in the down bar below, of course, to have access to that channel and go subscribe and check things out. And if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on when it comes to this week? This week's big spiritual theme is the Lover's card reversed. And so this is going to be a week where a lot of involvements, attachments, and engagements that are no longer win-win situations are coming up to be cleared for each of us. Because the Lover's card reverse can show up where we need to face maybe competitions, tug-of-wars, power struggles, or entanglements of any kind are actually either stagnating us or putting us in a situation where we might be falling behind ourselves. Sometimes these can show up in the forms of one-on-one involvements, one-on-one connections or commitments, or they could be commitments to a certain type of path, certain goals, maybe things that we set up in the past, or affiliations that may be going on in our communities, our professional life, or spiritual life, however it goes for you. Keep in mind with the Lover's card reversed that this is, of course, talking about what is not a win-win situation, where maybe the benefits are lopsided or non-existent. And we're all going to be put on notice to know when it's time to just release ourselves. When it comes to material circumstances, our work, job, finances, practical affairs as it relates to home and family life, we do have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, this is going to be a week where everybody's going to need to pay close attention to the things that they have been either hands off with or maybe delegated away or deferred away to others. The Wheel of Fortune reversed is kind of interesting in that it does not necessarily have to be a bad card or a bad week, but it does make us need to know when to shift gears. Because you've probably heard me say in the past with reference to the Wheel of Fortune, when it's upright, you can look at it like a steering wheel, and your guides, source, your higher self, God, however you want to term it, has the wheel and is driving the car, and we are being encouraged to surrender and practice a bit of allowance and trust in life. However, with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, we are the ones behind the wheel, and we are the ones who are being encouraged to take control and get involved. pay attention to what comes up this week when it comes to things that have maybe been floating or up in the air too long, or what we have not been getting engaged in, or things that maybe we have left to others, whether it's because we left it up to others because we trusted them more than ourselves, or we thought they could handle it, or we have maybe been leaving it up to the universe to take care of. Maybe it's an application, a negotiation, or a transaction that's been waiting in the wings, and get more involved. Fortune will favor those who do get involved this week, who do follow up, who do check in, who do set aside more time to get more intimate with these matters. However, for those that are still maybe over surrendering, over allowing, and being too passive, you may have some wake-up calls. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, or I should say our lives, we do have the Knight of Swords upright, and very interesting juxtaposition to the Lover's card reversed. While we are seeing the maybe not so great involvements starting to come up to be clipped, right? The lose-lose situations or the win-lose situations are not going to fly during this week. The Knight of Swords is bringing in the true blue. It's bringing in a lot of help. A lot of people are getting more involved in each other's projects, in each other's lives, and you may be finding that friends and allies, partners, and family members are also showing up to back you, fight your battles with and for you, champion your cause. This is also a time where a lot of partnership opportunities of all varieties that have yet to have their chance or yet to be able to really meet their full potential, whether it is a business partnership, a collaboration, or an alliance. This could technically, yes, go in the direction of a romantic partnership, but this position focuses more on the non-romantic. Either way, things that have been forced to wait their turn are now going to be getting their turn this week. The Knight of Swords is all about accelerating the progress and the evolution of what has the most promise by clearing a lot of obstacles, BS, any kind of burdens or fluff out of the way. And you may be finding that you are being asked to be ready to be flexible, be ready to let people in, be ready to let people get involved and work with you. Not so much for you, right? Remember the Wheel of Fortune reversed. It's not about delegating everything away and leaving our lives in other people's hands, but allowing a team, a dream team, to finally be realized. When it comes to your challenge, or our challenge rather, this week, we've got the Hierophant card upright. Really want to make sure that we are not overly attached to doing things by old books that we need to throw away. Sometimes the challenge of the Hierophant card upright is where we might accidentally get too by the books or follow some kind of old plan to a T, and we're not paying attention to where we need to be more adaptable in the present. It would be kind of like a failure to improvise in a play. If you're doing a show and something occurs and then you just kind of keep going with your blocking and your lines like you're not paying attention to what's going on with the other actors or what may have occurred, and you don't know how to ad-lib and you don't know how to adjust course, it's going to make for a really bad show. So you're going to want to make sure that you are not overly attached to any kind of scripts or old plans or old linear processes, because sometimes the Hierophant card upright can challenge us to pay attention to where we could be sticking to our guns in the wrong way. And maintaining fidelity to a certain plan or propriety or linear course can actually be the downfall of a lot of people because they just don't know when to get current and adjust. When it comes to relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, we do have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This week, relationship matters may revolve around certain unrealistic expectations or expectations not manifesting because of investments or actions taken the wrong way or the wrong approach. Sometimes with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, we have to have a sit down and see where a course of action or maybe a goal or an agenda is not paying off, or an expectation that we may have had is still not producing the payoff that we desired. This could be something that we have to have a sit down with when it comes to maybe something that we have done with a partner, or as a partnership, or as a marriage, or as a family, we have been trying to bring about the wrong way, or something that we have successfully brought about that turns out is not really for us. Sometimes this can be a victory that feels unsatisfactory, or this could be something coming about that is not all it's cracked up to be. And we are going to need to be able to adjust course, right? We don't want to just stick to a road because we've been on that road for a while. That's what's being challenged with the Hierophant card upright. And we don't want to be caught up in any lose-lose or win-lose situations where we're not able to all be happy with what we have produced with the Lover's card reversed. Or we may actually be cutting a lot of things out of our lives, out of our marriages, out of our families that we decided to include or take on that have been nothing but trouble. So that's what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to check out my new Integrative Mysticism YouTube channel, links in the down bar below as well. I'll see y'all again next week.